CamContador is the product counting system using a video camera based on computer vision and machine learning. Because of its simplicity, low cost, and versatility, the CamContador system is used by manufacturers all over the world. The video counter is suitable for every industry and product. Right now you'll see CamContador counting boxes in a warehouse, bread in an oven, poultry carcasses on hangers, chicken eggs on a conveyor belt, steel pipes in a factory, tulips on a conveyor belt, and cheese right on the production line. One of the most popular applications of CamContador is the counting and recognition of bread in bakeries. Finished products of a certain grade come out of the oven. The blue frame is the counting area. When the bread enters the frame, the CamContador recognizes the type of bread and counts its quantity. Bread is actually baked slowly, and in the video, we accelerated the speed of the conveyor belt by about 4 times. Because of the low speed of product movement, bread counting projects can be run even on old computers without a video card. The power of one processor will be enough to process the video stream. The video camera can be used to count not only the finished products, but also the dough pieces that enter the oven. Technically, the counting of products is realized in the same way as in the previous example. The products pass through a counting frame and are assigned sequential numbers. In this way, CamContador helps to control the amount of bread baked in the factories. All you need to do is compare how many pieces went into the oven and how many finished products came out. And you don't have to buy any special equipment for this. You only need video cameras, which are now installed in every enterprise. Egg counter on the conveyor is the second most popular request among our customers. The camera is mounted perpendicular to the conveyor bar on which the eggs move. As the eggs pass the counting area, a serial number appears on each egg. On this project, we made the numbering white because the white font shows up better on brown eggs. When we need to count white eggs, we usually do red numbering. By the way, in addition to the color, you can change the font size in the video counter. This allows CamContador to be flexibly customized for each client. Egg counting projects are quite simple. We usually run them in just 2 days. Unlike other products, poultry counting is technically more complicated. The fact is that any products usually have the same shape. Boxes, eggs, pipes always look the same. But not so with poultry. The carcasses are hung on the conveyor belt in different positions. By one leg or two, sideways, front or back. It turns out that the products are the same, but there are infinitely many variations in their appearance. Therefore, the first task of the video counter is to learn to recognize bird carcasses in different poses. And only then to count them. By the way, the black background behind the carcasses is installed here for a reason. It solves 2 problems at once. Firstly, it keeps out the poultry farm employees who walk around the workshop and may interfere with the counting. Secondly, the dark background makes the carcasses more contrasty and distinguishable to the video counter. This ensures that the CamContador does not miscount. CamContador counts the boxes that the driver loads into the vehicle via a video camera in the warehouse. When a box is in the blue counting zone, the video counter recognizes it and assigns a sequence number. Neither the person in the frame nor the way they carry the box affects the counting accuracy. The system monitors only the boxes. Other objects in the frame do not affect the count. The CamContador counter helps to control the quantity of products. For example, when moving products from the warehouse to the shipping area and then from the shipping area to the truck. Each stage of goods movement can be digitized and monitored by key points. If a shortage is detected, the cameras can be used to easily trace where it occurred. With CamContador, warehouse management knows exactly how many boxes have been shipped to customers. Suppose an order for 38 pipes comes into production. They need to be counted and then shipped to the customer. In the upper right corner, you can see a worker manually counting the pipes one by one. The problem is that counting products by eye is difficult and a person can easily get confused. And if there are not 38 but 380 pipes in an order, manual counting becomes much more complicated. On this project, the customer wanted the pipes to be counted by computer vision, and the employee only monitored the counting. When the correct number of items is counted, a notification appears on the monitor screen and an alarm sounds. Unlike projects where the camera counted bread, here the customer wants to count wooden pallets. This is necessary for control purposes, as pallets are very expensive. There are several dozen shipping windows at the plant. A video camera is installed above each one to count pallets. The control consists of comparing the numbers, how many pallets the forwarding driver picked up and how many he returned at the end of the day. In this way, CamContador helps to prevent expensive pallets from going missing. Flowers move on the conveyor belt in random order. They can go one at a time or several at once. They may even pile up and intermingle with each other. Because of this, it may seem that it is unrealistic to count tulips with a video camera. However, that is not the case. We're applying a little trick. The CamContador counter does not recognize the tulip with its stem and leaves, but only its pink bud. This allows all flowers to be identified and counted. Due to the quality of the video shooting on this project, counting errors sometimes occurred. But if the camera had been hanging perpendicular to the conveyor belt and the quality of the shooting, frames per second, had been higher, the accuracy would have been perfect. This project recognizes and counts 3 types of cheese. CamContador first determines the volume and type of product and then counts it. Normally, the cheese is counted using equipment built into the production module. But what do you do if the usual counter fails? Of course, you can order a new one from the equipment suppliers. Or you could install a CamContador system instead and not have to buy expensive hardware. The video counter will recognize the volume of products produced and count them using a video camera that captures the conveyor belt. To summarize, it is not necessary to buy specialized equipment for counting products. You only need video cameras, which are now installed in every company. If you do not have a camera, you can buy a suitable one for 50 to 70 euros. In addition, you will only need a computer to process the video stream. That's all you need for a reliable production counter with 99.9% accuracy. Send us a sample video for a free evaluation and test count. CamContador, implementing product counting all over the world.